This video was made possible by sponsors like you. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon. For 50 years, Mystery Inc. has chased down the Kooks, unmasked the spooks, and solved many a mystery. The Scooby Gang has come across their fair share of the kookiest and spookiest monsters around. I should know. I've reviewed all their movies. But not their shows yet. I will probably get around to that in the future, but today I wanted to celebrate some classic Scooby monsters that gave this kooky dog and his gang something to be really scared of during the original series Scooby-Doo Where Are You? Now to preface, this isn't a list of the most famous Scooby monsters, this is a list of my personal favorites. If you got some favorites of your own, please leave them in the comments below. But for now, this is the top 10 best Scooby-Doo monsters from Scooby-Doo Where Are You? The Black Knight from What a Night for a Night. This here is a real classic among the monsters. The very first and still one of the best. The Black Knight is just simply enough a ghoul in a suit of armor, who chases you around and tries to smash your face in. For the very first, the Black Knight's presence gives off a very menacing aura, even when it's just standing there, looking over everything to make sure that no trespassers come snooping into his fine art forgery scheme. And I do like how the Black Knight got away with kidnapping a man by gagging and disguising him as one of the exhibits. Just trapped and forced to look at as no one is coming to help him. The Black Knight is messed up like that. Just ignore that he gets the Jay Leno chin in the live action sequel, and the Black Knight is still truly the first classic monster and one of the best of Scooby-Doo. The Ghost of Redbeard from Go Away Ghost Ship. A classic swashbuckling pirate ghost, no otherworldly glow or anything of the sort, which at first made me think Redbeard would be a kind of a bland ghost, just a typical woo as he chases you around type of monster. But he pulls up a very captivating monster by adding a lot of boisterous character and pirate charm out of every word Redbeard speaks.
Stop your sniveling, or I'll make you walk the plank.
What are you gonna do with us, your ghostliness?
His deep laugh and his sea shanty speak, and even his pirate-like plan of stealing from his own company to collect the insurance and to sell the stolen goods for an extra profit, it all makes him not just a ghost of Redbeard, but really just a full-fledged pirate himself. It's all about the atmosphere and persona Redbeard gives off in the end. He acts like such a rotten pirate that he works perfectly in tandem with Scooby and the gang. So good apparently, they used him again in another episode and just made him white. And it looks dumb. Don't pirate your own show, Scooby-Doo. Hanna-Barbera did that enough with its other mystery-solving shows. So why not just leave the pirating to Redbeard?
And this is where Redbeard will keep his secret forever.
Zoinks!
The Creeper from Jeepers, It's the Creeper. Well, seeing as how so many monsters have been based on the Creeper's signature weird look, of course he would make it on the list. And it's not only for his looks he's here, but the Creeper comes off as one of the more violent of the monsters. In an effort to hide evidence of him robbing the bank he'd been hitting, Creeper viciously attacked a guard to destroy any negatives. And I do mean viciously, giving the guard a nasty concussion and tearing his car apart looking for the pics. But unfortunately for him, the gang managed to get the last negatives of him. Unfortunately for the gang, that unleashes the Creeper onto them, who will stop at nothing to get them back. It really makes the Creeper much more of a threat, as despite all the goofy shenanigans, the Creeper offsets it by legitimately wanting to harm the gang to reach his goals. And even got a photo of him out of costume that perfectly encapsulates how evil he is. Look at him, just enjoying stealing like it's the best in the world. So for a scumbag like the Creeper, of course he would creep his way onto the list.
You wouldn't hit somebody with glasses on, would you?
And he totally was going to deck Velma there. The Phantom from Hassel in the Castle. Now we got a spooky ghost for you. It's your typical ghost in a white sheet look on a haunted island in a haunted castle, but being typical is different when this is the first ghost like this in Scooby-Doo. The Phantom then just brings in a lot of charm and imagination. On top of being a monster who chases the gang around, the Phantom pulls many tricks out of his sleeve to make the castle part of his monstrous design, including making himself translucent, having scary talking skulls, and levitating weapons and magic tricks to use to attack the gang. There is a whole lot this ghost does to directly impede the gang to scare them off, and this is all possible as the reveal is the Phantom was a great magician, Bluestone the Great, who is an ex-con squatting the castle as he is searching for a treasure inside. The ex-con status shows that he is a legitimate threat, and especially being a magician is a nice touch to add validity to his kooky spooky castle and all the strange happenings that befell the gang. But above all else, what really makes the Phantom wonderful is on top of everything, he just has one crazy maniacal laugh.
There goes that crazy wind again.
The Witch Doctor and Mono Tiki Tia from A Tiki Scare is No Fair. Definitely for our current sensibilities, the Witch Doctor can be a bit awkward, but moving that aside, the Witch Doctor is just a crazy monster, and he's glorious. All for his pearl harvesting scam, the Witch Doctor has set up a giant robot on wheels to go around lifting houses and scaring the crud out of everybody. Already, it's a pretty great double act to have a monster that can literally rip the roof off your house. But the Witch Doctor just stands out as so well as such a wacky monster. The scene where he's frustratingly screaming and shaking Scooby's silly antics gets me every time. You can just feel the frustrated fury as he just screams and wiggles at them. He comes off definitely silly because of this, but because primarily the gang undercut his creepiness with their goofiness. And that right there just shows how perfectly the Witch Doctor fits being a foil for them. Silly, maniacal, and crazy, the Witch Doctor in Mono Tiki Tia is a wiggling madman and a wonderful monster. The Actor from A Gaggle of Galloping Ghosts. You ever wanted Scooby to face up with all the Universal monsters? And a gypsy? Well, the actor delivers on that, as on top of giving us a setting decked out with so much style and flair that fits the monsters, the actor plays all the monsters in the episode, switching out and stalking the gang as the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, and Dracula as he is searching for Frankenstein's jewels. He helps bring out a really well-paced mystery of figuring out what exactly is going on, and unlike any of the other episodes where multiple monsters meant multiple culprits, including nameless henchmen, Big Bob Oakley here did it all on his own. Plus, the wanted convict and master disguise status of Oakley gives him a much more credible, threatening vibe, much like with the Phantom. The episode comes together as one where the actor and the gang are proactive in foiling and chasing, making the mystery a lot of fun to follow, and we get to see Scooby growl and take down a bad guy like a trusty dog should. The actor simply gave us a beautiful performance as all these monsters.
So you didn't heed my warning. Now your spirits will dwell here in this house forever.
The Spooky Space Kook from Spooky Space Kook. Our first alien of the show that's also a ghost. And what a freaky ghost alien he is. Unlike any of the monsters in these first seasons, the Spooky Space Kook is genuinely unnerving when you see him, as his glowing blue spacesuit makes the bright red of his cackling skull jump out at you as unsettling and really freaky. And there's multiple of them. Imagine more than one of these guys chasing you. That's what I would call a living nightmare. Apart from his general nightmarish look, thanks to the setting and sounds the Kook gives off, a very unsettling atmosphere. As his music builds while the gang is looking for clues, once you hear his otherworldly music, you already know the Kook is right beside you. And if a Scooby monster truly makes you feel unsettled watching him, I think that just automatically means Spooky Space Kook is one of the best. The Headless Specter from Haunted House Hang-Up. In almost every case in Scooby-Doo Where Are You, the villain of the day is wearing their big goofy costume for some sort of real estate scam or to embezzle money or to steal jewels or some combination of the three for an overly elaborate scheme. But the Headless Specter is a much needed breath of fresh air. At first he's just a wonderful looking ghost, very prim and proper looking, just a gentleman ghost without the head, but a killer laugh. But what really makes him stand out amongst the other monsters is his motivation isn't nefarious. Penrod Stillwell, the culprit, was using the Headless Specter to scare away thieves from his family's house while he searched for his great-grandfather's treasure. Not anything illegal, just using spooky ghosts and tricks to scare away intruders. It makes the Headless Specter a more cleverer monster, thanks to that clear motivation, and you get the full context of why Stillwell is so desperate to keep everyone, including the gang, out of his house, believing anyone who comes there is a thief. It doesn't take away how his desperate acts show how violent he is willing to go to protect his family heritage. It just makes him more understandable and gives me plenty of reason to choose him as one of my favorite ghouls I lose my head over.
Hey, what's this? Oh, my aching head.
The Ghost Clown from Bedlam in the Big Top. It's Pennywise from It before It even existed. Yes, when you make an evil clown, it's pretty easy to make them nightmarish. You wouldn't want this face to pop up from behind you. But on top of looking scary, the Ghost Clown is also proactive in how he terrorizes others. His main plan is to ruin the circus, so to do that, he sabotages and hypnotizes his victims to put them into death-defying danger. And if his victims just so happen to escape harm's way for a moment, he's ready with a pocket full of tricks to put them right back into danger. Like the Headless Specter, the Ghost Clown's motivation is what really drives home how great of a monster he is. But rather than the more nice motivation from before, the Ghost Clown is in full-on revenge mode, using his powers of hypnosis and sabotage to ruin the circus to get revenge on the circus for getting him thrown in jail. It shows a pettiness but a dedication to ruining the lives of those he felt wronged him. The Ghost Clown is just a cackling evil clown, so with that revenge motivation behind him, it's no wonder he's one of the top monsters under the Big Top.
So, they think they have escaped me.
Charlie the Funland robot from Foul Play in Funland. Oh, let's start with the most obvious. Charlie the robot is a real monster. He was Freddy before Five Nights. He is a robot that runs amok and doesn't give a truck about nothing. He was a Terminator of terror with super cyber strengths and was able to control machines and run an entire theme park with his own interface in a blink of an eye. Unlike any of these masked monsters whose human nature causes them to flee from danger, yell for help, or fumble as only humans do, Charlie cannot do that. When he sees his target and gives chase, there is literally nothing you can do to stop him apart from bringing out a big magnet. It makes Charlie easily the most inhuman of the monsters, not being human, and with the robotic movement and mannerisms, it makes them more unsettling when he's going after the gang. The only stupid thing is Miss Jenkins here, who is the culprit behind Charlie going crazy. Long story short, Mr. Jenkins wanted to create an automated theme park with robots and no people, so Charlie was going to be the first in that line to begin towards that. But Sarah Jenkins thinks robots shouldn't be around children at a theme park, so goes to prove her point to Mr. Jenkins by sabotaging Charlie herself to make him destroy the theme park. Couldn't you have tried talking to Mr. Jenkins first, Sarah, instead of willingly destroying your theme park? Well, forget the stupid mystery. Even with that, Charlie is still a real monster, and that simply makes him the best monster from Scooby-Doo Where Are You?
Royal, 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 royal. Ruby, Ruby, Roo!
Thank you for watching ToonGrin's Top 10s, and I hope you enjoy my list of these great monsters. But if you have a favorite monster of your own that wasn't on the list, leave your best in the comments below, and let me know if you want to hear more of the best monsters from Scooby-Doo and from which show. Now, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, follow us on social, and if you like, you can support us on Patreon or TeePublic. Links are in the description below. And as always, be sure to tune in to ToonGrin.